I'm going to be walking you through the basic ObserVIEW license. So we're going to start with opening a recording. You can go to the file in the upper left, and this will show you the recent files and recordings you've opened in ObserVIEW. If you have some saved on your computer, you can hit file and browse through those. I am going to go to my most recent recording. So first I'm going to show you how to add a graph. When you hit add graph, all these graphs will pop up. I'm going to pick FFT. There's about from PSD down. These are advanced analyzer graphs that they're actually a paid feature. So it's gonna, if you select them, it's gonna say requires an advanced license. If you want to learn about the advanced license, you can go to settings, license, and then select the advanced. That will take you to the help file. It'll walk you through the features and show you how to request a 30-day free trial of the advanced license. So I'm going to add a FFT right here. You can double click it or select finish, show how many channels you want shown on the graph. And here is the recording. So at the bottom you can customize which data you want shown in these graphs right here, how much of it. I'm going to shorten it down a little bit, and I'll just select the data around the spike right here. And to auto scale, you can double right click, and that will just fill out that area that you had selected. You can also right click and drag, and that will zoom into that window, and then you can double right click again and it will auto scale. You can also play back the waveform, so I'm going to drag it all the way to the beginning and hit play right here. First I'll auto scale that. Say I want to be zoomed in a little bit more, auto scale that, hit play, and this will play through the time history of the recording. Now to edit the file, I'm going to, I'll make this a little wider, and say I don't like this spike right here, I want to get rid of that. I'm going to drag that over till it's covering that spike. A little bit more. And then I can go to editor in the top right next to home. Select that, and that'll give me a bunch of different options. I can copy it. Now I have it selected. I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. Actually, I have to hit quick select. When you hit quick select, it'll just drop a box right here, and then you can customize how much you want to select. So like I said, I'm just going to get rid of this spike and copy. I'm going to hit delete, and it is gone from the waveform. I'll just auto scale that and say I want to add it back in. Now I had copied it. Now I'm just going to do Control V, or you can hit paste, and it will add it back in. I'll just hit it a couple more times. You can also, if you just want to, you can pick where you want to start. You can hit this drop down and just say I want to start at the beginning, and the end selection, I just want to start at the end, and that'll select all the data. Another thing you can do is I'll hit escape to exit out of that, hit Control A. That will also automatically select all of the data. Another thing you can do in the editor is that you can append. So say you have another recording that you want to add at the end of this, hit append, and it'll pull up your browser, and you can pick which file you want to add to the end. So this is the same recording. I'll just pick that, and it adds it on to the end of this one. Now, GPS is also a feature that's available on the basic license. So I actually can hit Control-Z because I mess with all this data, and hit View GPS Data. That will pop up this window, and I'm going to right click and select Satellite View. And I actually connected the Observer 1000 to my quad and took some data. So this is just some trails by my house. I'm going to shrink this window a little bit and select all of this. And this is a heat map. It'll show me how fast I was going at certain points in the recording. You can see my top speed right here was around 18 miles per hour. And you can hover over the data points too, and that'll show you information how fast you're going. You can see about 15 miles an hour, and also the latitude and longitude. Now at this drop down box right here, you can select how many data points you want shown in the satellite or in the GPS view. So I'm going to select 128, and you can see that they were removed. So now there's 128 data points of the GPS recording. Okay, I'm going to move on to report generation. So I'll open this Word document. And you can also copy and paste this graph. So I'll right click, go to copy, and then bring it to Word and paste. You can also do the same thing with the graph. So I'll exit out of the GPS window. I can drag and drop. If you select the top of this graph right here next to time and drag and drop right into Word, you can do the same thing with all of them. You can also do copy graph and select it and paste that way. Finally, I'll go through a couple of keyboard shortcuts. Like I said earlier when we were editing the data, you can go to Editor and you select the graph and you hit Control-A. That will automatically select all of the data, and then you can customize it as you see fit. Another one is Control-F will auto scale. So I'll just zoom in on this and then hit Control-F, and it auto scales it. And then Control-G will be edit graph, so I'll just hit Control-G and the edit graph window will pop up, and you can edit if you want the channels visible in the graphs, the line pattern, and also the color of the channels. So we have a wide selection of colors to choose from. Finally, if you want to export the data, you can go to Home, Export Data, select that, and you can choose the name, the location, and also what kind of file you want it to be exported as. So it's defaulted to VFW, but you can choose MAT, CSV, text file, etc. And that is the basic license.